I think that was one of my biggest months for estimate. It's been a couple of years, but we're doubling every year, and you guys are a big part of that. So we've closed 28, which has been a bit just under 35,000 early in the year, and that's what we've closed in invoice. And then the contracts that we've closed have been pretty big for us. So that recurring work we've got from you guys have been huge.
All right, so today I'm here with Noah Edwards. He's the owner of Double E Pressure Washing in Mount Airy, North Carolina. And Noah's been working with Leadgrove for just over a year. In that time, we've delivered quite a few leads to him. And before we get into results, Noah, can you just quickly introduce yourself, how long you've been in business, and who you serve?
Yeah, so I'm Noah Edwards, and I'm the owner of Double E Pressure Washing. We started back in 2022, so I mean it's fairly new business. Starting to see some growth finally. Starting to see some growth towards the commercial aspect this year. We've mainly moved into that. So we was primarily residential before that. Now we're starting to break into the commercial space. So
nice. All right, Noah. So tell me about the services that you offer.
Yeah, so we do pressure washing, we do window cleaning, roof cleaning, concrete, flat work, we do gutter cleaning, and we also do some restoration services, which is kind of just the tough stains and stuff. So
just take me back to before Leadgrove. What was your lead flow like, and more specifically for commercial?
Yeah, so for the residential, so we're still running a couple Facebook ads for that, but that was mainly how we got every lead before this. We've been working with some SEO companies, kind of iffy, you know. I mean, it's trying to build that online presence and organically get there. It's taken me 3+. You know, we're still working on that. I don't know if we've had hardly any come through, so that's kind of been the main thing. Our SEO's been kind of focusing more on residential. You guys have been busting out the commercial, so I would love to get it from both ends. I just don't think I can keep up. So
I gotcha. Okay.
And honestly, the quality of the leads and stuff too. I mean, like we wasn't hardly getting any through that. It so much more cost per lead. That's not guaranteed nothing, you know. So that's been a big difference.
I guess what was really that moment where you were like, all right, I gotta figure something else out in the first place. Like I gotta figure out a commercial lead generation spot.
So the guys in our space are in a lot of groups and stuff. So you see what everybody else is doing, even when they're not in your backyard, you know. So I've seen a lot of guys talking about how they build their business at a 60-40 or build a big part of that's commercial. And the main benefit that I was seeing on my end was the predictability of that. So once you get your foot in the door, once you get your name out there, it starts to grow more that way too. And just all like helps you build a better business. I mean, having that commercial side of things, it does suck waiting for a check sometimes, but it makes it a whole lot easier to scale too.
Okay. And I'm sure, I know everyone that I talk to, all of our customers too, they have this kind of feeling of a bit of skepticism before jumping in. And I'm sure you had other options too. I guess in general, why did you choose Leadgrove over some of the other options for commercial pressure washing lead generation?
Yeah. So at first, I feel like everybody's skeptical of everything nowadays because there's so many scams and stuff, and you get burnt every way you look. So with you guys, I really I like the personality, and I think I resonated with that a lot. And it was low risk, high reward, right? So they're very minimal sign on to have the potential of now working with you for a year, and what all you guys have brought me to. So that was the main reason. I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer in the beginning. So
how did onboarding feel? Was it confusing? I know it was a year ago now, but did you feel like you had a lot of things to do, or in terms of just the relation itself from deciding to go forward, how was those first few moments in there?
Yeah, so it was pretty easy. It's almost like taking a little test. I mean, it's not that bad. You got the stuff to help you guys learn about our business and make it as easy as possible. I mean, it really wasn't bad at all.
And when that did happen, so how quick were we able to get things set up for you? When did first leads start to come through? Talk to me a little bit about that process.
Yeah, I think the best I can remember, it was within a week, wasn't it? I think we was getting the ball rolling pretty quick, because I mean it was around this time of the year, which is our very slow time, right? So it's freezing. We're winterizing trailers and stuff every day now. So yeah, I wasn't really expecting a whole lot in the off season. Kind of expecting us to mess around for a little bit, and then when spring comes around, hit it running. But I was driving everywhere a whole month of February. In and out. I think that was one of my biggest months for estimates. I think was around that time. So
when it came into, so leads were coming in. With that said, a lot of the times what people say is like, okay, you got X amount of leads, but were they real businesses? Did they have real needs? Did they actually want your service? When those types of questions come up, like how was it when you were getting in contact with the leads? Did they actually need your services? Were they actual businesses? What was that like?
Yeah, so the best I can remember, all of them were. Now, some of them, when we first onboarded, was a little bit out of our reach, which I mean, I think we've worked through 90% of those problems, if not a whole lot more. But I mean, that really, I mean, they all still wanted us. They were just a little bit too far that we couldn't get to them. But that was, I think, my only concern in the beginning was the distance.
Mm-hmm.
But we dialed that quick, and yeah, all of them are like, they definitely want you out there. They want you to answer the phone and email them fast.
Yeah, and I know we speak about that too in the meetings, but okay, great. And so just give me a few examples of types of companies. I know you were talking about a lot of churches, some shopping centers. Give me just a few quick examples of the types of companies we've been connecting you with.
Yes. So actually, one of our contracts that we've got is a big church, and it's actually window cleaning. So that one's pretty big for us. We've done some coffee shops, a lot of churches. I think what else? I know we've got connected with some local fire departments too, which is pretty cool. Sent out a lot of bids on some big warehouses that I think are gonna close. We're pushing for them to close.
When it came to some of the decision makers' job titles, were we getting you any property managers, facility managers, HOAs, that type of stuff? Yeah.
So that's really all we were getting. There's a few that are saying, hey, call this number, they can better help you. But I mean, 9 out of 10 has been a decision maker.
Awesome. So now we'll get into some of the more results, some of the number side of things. So far it's been, I think a year was yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. And with that said, so we've generated 239 of these commercial leads. Out of these, what did that kind of turn into on your side? We can talk about the quotes that you've sent out, either number of quotes or just kind of go through that little pipeline so we know people can kind of have an understanding of what 239 commercial leads turned into.
Yeah. So on my end, just under 80 of them turned into quotes, which is, in the beginning, it was very hard to keep track of. I wasn't set up for it, right? So I was learning as we were learning, I guess, together. And so 50 of them are still in the pipeline. So I've got to work on my follow-ups and closing. A lot of them are still, like I said, wait until next year. They're still in that process. And we've closed 28, which has been just under 35,000 early in the year. And that's what we've closed in invoice. And then the contracts that we've closed have been pretty big for us. So that recurring work we've got from you guys have been huge. So
awesome. Yeah, talk to me a little bit about these contracts.
Yeah, so the one big one that we had was the window cleaning for that church. So we do that monthly. We have a biannual and then an annual coming up. And some of these, honestly, that I haven't noted here, we follow up with yearly anyways, but even like the one that we done last week wants us out yearly. So I just have to settle that up on our end and make sure that they're signing up for the yearly, but I think most of them when we leave are pretty happy. I think within 2 to 5, they're definitely going to have us back out again as a vendor. So, and we've got on a lot of vendors list too doing this.
And then for the recurring deal, the monthly window cleaning, do you have a number on that one per month?
That one's just under 1,000 a month. So,
okay,
yeah,
great. Okay,
yeah, it takes us like half a day, which is, I mean, it's really nice. Honestly, it's just me doing it, so it's one person doing it, but it's nice to have for sure.
awesome. And you told me too, some of the locations like this winery, it turned in, that first contact, we got the foot in the door, but it opened it up for some of the other services, also working on their residential homes. Have you seen that happen with the leads themselves?
Yeah, so actually a lot of them, this one specifically wanted his house done too, but a lot of them want their houses cleaned. I mean, when you come out and do a good job or at least give a quote, most of them are going to ask, hey, what about my house too? Which has been cool. And we've also done some work for some realtors too through you guys, which have been house cleanings, showing their properties and stuff like that. So they want you to come out and do theirs first most of the time. And then when they get that, then they're going to start referring you to their clients and stuff too. So
you were saying before it was a higher cost per lead. Now, on the commercial side of things, just explain to me, what is it like for you now?
Yeah, so now we get the predictable cost per lead, so we can actually budget for stuff like that. Even building it into my quotes, my ads cost is set in stone, right? So before we were trying to target those commercial areas and stuff, I mean, you could get you can't even budget for it really. I mean, you kind of just throw it and see what sticks and then work off of that. With you guys, we have the numbers we need to hit. When we go quote it, we either build it in or we bid for that now. So it's a whole lot easier, especially at scale. I mean, for me, it would be easier to scale knowing those numbers. So
at the beginning, were you worried about the leads being low quality? And then what actually happened with them?
Yeah, so when we started getting the ones that was outside of our reach, at first I was kind of like, oh, I'm going to have to filter a lot of these myself. Not the end of the world, but kind of annoying, But I mean, the quality was there. That we just had to jump on it and make sure that we followed up with them. Most of them were hot right off the gate, but if you let them sit, they're not going to be. So, but the quality was there. It was ready to get it cleaned, ready to get quotes. I mean, it was there.
Were you worried at one point in time that email just wouldn't work in your market?
Yeah. So honestly, I kind of thought today's day and age, we all get so many texts and emails that it would just get lost, and it probably does for some, but 240 leads, in a year. I mean, that's not bad at all. So it's kind of proven that it's not.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Another thing a lot of people wonder is, did it hurt your brand reputation, or were you worried that it would hurt your brand reputation in the community?
Yeah, it did cross my mind in the beginning, honestly. I think we had talked, one or two of our competitors, I think, had received the email.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were kind of talking smack a little bit, but it hasn't at all. I mean, it hasn't hurt. We went out, we've actually asked how it's been received to a couple. Like, we've done a storage unit a couple months ago. And we asked kind of how it's received, and he said, yeah, I mean, it looked great to me. What do you mean? I was like, yeah, that was one of our ladies in the office. I think that is what I like best, is that we are still growing together. You guys are growing and learning from us, and I'm learning a lot from you guys too. I mean, should all be growing anyway, so why not grow together? Right.
So who do you think Leadgrove is a great fit for?
Honestly, I mean, I think even the small guys like me, just starting out, and it's been a couple of years, but we're doubling every year, and you guys are a big part of that. So, I mean, I think the small guys can benefit just as much as the big guys can, I would say. I know they already have their systems built out and stuff. But I mean, would you turn down more leads, more chances to get in front of more people, you know? So I think the small just alike as the big businesses.
If you could redo it last year with everything considered, would you still go forward with Leadgrove?
Yeah, I would change some things on my end, not on you guys' end. Yeah.
If someone wanted the same outcome as you, what is the first step that you tell them to take?
I'd say reach out. I mean, take the leap. Like I said, there's hardly any risk, if any at all. I would say just do it. Just jump on it. You're going to learn as you go. So, like I know a lot of new guys think I don't know how to bid these jobs. You're going to learn as you go. I think we're all still learning that too. Bid stuff by the job. So I think without doing it, you're not gonna know. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, Noah, thank you, man. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you over the past year, and excited for the future.
Yeah, same here.